What we are going to talk about in this session is about my journey in writing books and how I started writing books and why I write books and what is the influence that the books will have in the near future and to influence and even to impact those who want to start the career in writing books and influencing people in different areas of life. So this is what we are going to talk about. Yes. My name is Tebaliah. I'm a growth influencer, author, businessman, also a car dealer, also a financial market investor. So that's what I do, and majorly my work is to influence growth in different areas of life, and that's my work, to influence growth either in business, personal development, relationship, spirituality, investments. This is what I've studied, that growth is the purpose of life. So that's why I write these books. I think the main reason why I write books is to influence growth. So I realized that growth is the purpose of life, and that's why I decided to write books to influence growth in different areas of life, so that people can be impacted by my books. This is the work that I have to share knowledge through books, and I realized that books can stay for centuries. If you look at the Bible, it is over 2,000 years old, and it has been there influencing people in religious aspect. And now I write these books because I want this to influence growth in the future generation. And besides current society's programming, it is important to reprogram the next society, which is upcoming generations. They should get a tangible knowledge through my books, and my books will exist for centuries. That's why I do hard copies. Very important. That's why I write books, because the purpose of life is growth. We must grow. If you don't grow, you will feel like you are purposeless, directionless, and you will feel meaningless in this life. So growth is the purpose of life, and that's why I write books. So I realized that I can be an author when I was in primary school. I used to write poems and even do summaries of my books. I used to do summaries of all my subjects like science, CRE, GXE at that time, and then it came up to social studies. So I had compiled several books. Like I could compile a summary of all the books from standard 4 to standard 6 or standard 8. When I was in standard 7, I compiled a summary of books from standard 4 to standard 7 and even to standard 8. So that's when I realized that I love writing. So I could rewrite all my notes from standard 4 to standard 7. I rewrite all my notes of different subjects and make a summary. Like they used to say, I have an encyclopedia. I have an of my own. So that's when I realized that I love writing. I love sharing knowledge. As I share this story, I know someone will be impacted, that you can know what you are interested in at a young age. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can realize that you can be something, a mechanic, an author, a businessman, or whatever thing that you see that you can become. So that's when I realized that I can become an author. Even in high school, I also wrote so many poems, especially love poems for a girlfriend that I had at that time. I wrote a number of poems. Though me, when I was in school, I focused so much on my studies. I was not so much concerned about love and relationship, but I used to write these poems just to to improve my creativity and to express myself mentally, not emotionally or physically. So I wrote it as a way to escape a relationship drama, and actually I wrote so many poems. Yeah, and if you could read the poems, you couldn't understand what the poem says, but it was directed to someone who had captured my eyes. But for me, I was applying the 3/4 rule of focus in school at that time. So that's when I realized that I can write books. Later in life, after college, now I wanted to implement this. And there's a time I wanted to do copywriting, writing of articles. I remember I created a Google site where I used to write articles, and I also tried to write articles on iWriter. At that time, freelancing was a thing, was something trending. So I was attracted to writing articles on iWriter and freelancer.com. So after that, now I realized that I needed to be an author and write a books of my own, self-help books to inspire and influence my generation. Yes, that's how I realized I can be an author. So majorly, the kind of books I write is the one called self-help books. I majorly write self-help books, especially the ones that influence growth, like a book that can influence growth in business, influence growth maybe in personal development, or influence growth in relationship, influence growth in spirituality. So I write self-help books mostly, but majorly that talk about growth, influencing growth. Like there must be a progress. My book does not criticize, it just show you the way to grow, how to progress from where you are. So yeah. Right now I have written so many books. The first book was called Return to the Center, and it was a spiritual book. And then the second book, I started a Grow Up series. The Grow Up series started with this Grow Up 1. This is the Grow Up 1 book. This was the first book I wrote. And then I've written Grow Up 2, Grow Up 3, Grow Up 4, Grow Up 5. And now I have other books like I've written for part workers. This one has over 21 sermons, different books. So to just summarize about the number of books I've written is over 15 books. So to make it easy for someone to capture is that I've written over 15 books and I'm still writing more. My newest book right now, actually, this one is the book I wrote in January 2025, the 3/4 rule for the first half of the year. This was my newest book in the first half of the year, and now I wrote my newest book now is The Feminine Woman. This is there to address women, to inspire women to embrace their femininity, that being feminine is not being weak, and that building feminine qualities will enable women to fulfill purpose and to be able to keep a man or to stay with a man with peace and stability in the modern world. So this book is my newest book. The Feminine Woman is my newest book, and I did also this spiritual book for the path workers, one of our mission. I did God's Word Never Fails. These are my newest books. Thank you. This question is very interesting because we are entering to the second half of the year 2025, and I had a friend, a mentee from South Africa called Victoria, and Victoria was asking, what do I have for you in the second half of the year? And I said that I have a book upcoming book called Good Things Are Forced to Happen. Good Things Are Forced to Happen. This is a book that will impact people want to grow by force. Actually, this book, I came up with it after I shared this quote as my 2025 quote around May, and I saw how many people like the quote, and I said this one will be my next book. I promised them that this will be my next book, and this next book is on good things are supposed to happen. Why? Because bad things happen on their own. You don't need to do anything to experience evil or bad. It just happens, and therefore I realized that it is important to tell people that if you want any good thing, a good relationship, a good business, a good marriage, a good family, good things, any good things you must force to happen, either by sacrifice, by focus, by consistency, by persistence. These things you must force for them to happen. So this is my next book, and everyone is anticipating for this book, which will change lives. It will tell you that every time you want a good thing, every dream, vision that you have to force it to happen, either by sacrifice, by focus, consistency, persistence. Those things will amount to that good thing that you want. Yeah, and you must believe that that good thing must come. So that book is my next book. Good things are forced to happen. So when you ask how is my future like as an author in my career, I anticipate to write more books. Every year I'll be doing at least two major books and 2 minor books, as at least 4 books in a year. And every quarter, actually, I'll be doing books for every halves and every quarters, so that we move in the same place, that everyone will get an opportunity to be inspired to do something in a certain quarter, in a certain half of the year, or in a certain year, because they have read the book. These books are meant to influence growth. Like when you embrace my books as per the season and apply them, like for example, Victoria applied my book, the 3-quarter rule, in the first half of the year, and now her business is doing well because she was able to focus in that business that she wanted to manifest success. Over the years, Victoria has been doing a jungle of businesses, trying to survive on doing a number of businesses. But now this year, when she read the 3-quarter rule, she decided that if she has to manifest, she has to give it focus, to attract it, and by attention and focus. So she was able to manifest success in that one business she chose to do in the first half of the year. So 3-quarter rule book has impacted several people, because if you apply it, actually there is what you call the universal law of attention, attraction and manifestation. So the 3-quarter rule says if you give 75% of your attention, money and energy to something and time, that thing will be attracted and it will manifest. So this is a universal law, and actually it does. So my books are there to influence people in different seasons, where people will focus or apply the book in a certain season, either in a quarter or in a certain season of their life, and they will see results. So that's the impact the book will bring. So that's the future of my book career. So what can I tell anyone that aspire to become an author? Is that start wherever you are. So over 10 years, I've been juggling, writing things on books, just writing on books, like using handwritten, using a pen. But I've never thought to become an author or to publish my books. But it came a time in the year 2023 that I had to start somewhere. And it is surprisingly that my first book will surprise you. It was just 40 pages because I tried to write, but I couldn't get content to write. I had the subject, but I didn't know how to write. So I would say that I had to just start somewhere. So you start wherever you are. If you can write one sentence, two sentences, these sentences can be compounded every day into paragraphs and into pages. So start wherever you are. Start with a 40-page book, 30-page book, and then do the additions. Like that 40-page book of mine, the first book, The Return to the Center, and The God Within, is now over 150 pages because I've been doing editions over the years. I edited the first one, 40 pages to around 80, and then now 80 to over 100, and now it's over 150 pages. So these books, if you want to start a book career, I'll just tell you, start from anywhere. You don't need to wait. Start from anywhere. Wherever you are, if you can write something, start with the topic. This is what I'll write about. Write the chapters, the number of chapters that you want to appear in the book, and the contents of the chapters, the topics of the chapters, and then write on the chapters, write few sentences on each chapter, and now you will be compounding them, like you add it every day until it becomes a book. So that's how to write a book. That's just a structure. I've given you a structure or how to start this authorship career. Now, after writing, now you will learn how to market books, how to form stories around your book, form videos around your book that inspire, as well as it directs and influence people in that area. You can start writing about something, food, write about a certain industry, write about maybe love, marriage, or religion. You can choose any niche that you want. So start from anywhere. That's what I can tell anyone who aspires to become an author. Yes. So thank you. Where you can find my books, you can find my books at Nuria Bookstore. If you go to Nuria, you will find all my books at Nuria Bookstore. Or you can order online. They are available on Amazon, available on my website, Tebaliah. And also you can WhatsApp me on 0714 190 588, or you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, you can watch my videos on YouTube and also TikTok, and you can inbox me and I can send you any of the books that you want to buy from me. So my books are available everywhere. If you want to read them, just order on Nuria or call me, WhatsApp me, or go to my socials at Tebaliah in LA, and you will find all my books. Thank you so much for these questions. Thank you for your time. Bye.